What is up, everybody? Oh, it's a little foggy. Do I need to clear my lens? I'll deal with that later. It's not too foggy. It's a little foggy. One more week, right? We finish out this week, and then next week is the final week. Weigh-ins will begin Monday, 6 a.m. I will be at the West Club. I'll be at 6 a.m. North Club on Tuesday, and then the South Club on Wednesday. So if you weighed in there than before, it's a good time to weigh in now. That way we get at least as close to accurate as possible. Don't wait until the Saturday. Just don't. Eat well, keep doing what you've been doing, and that'll get you your best possible, most accurate results. Now, questions. Some of you guys need to ask me more. I get two heavy hitters in my Kelly and my Barb. They're asking great questions. The rest of you guys, I'm sure you have questions, so go and ask. And you know what? If I don't know them, if I don't know the answer, I'll find out. It's good for me too, right? I get to go do a little bit of research. But we want to give some props to Kelly, because Kelly has lost, and I'm not going to say how much weight because I don't remember specifically. It's a very significant number, though. So congratulations. I think you have a little more ways that you want to go, but you're killing it. You're slaying it. And you asked a really relevant question that I totally didn't feed you on Messenger, but this is an important one. This is a question that's near and dear to my heart. So she asked, once you get to your goal weight, right? So let's say for me, I was 260 pounds. My goal weight, at least back then, was 170 pounds. What's the secret to maintenance? And this is a really, really, really good question, because this is an important question. I lost 90 pounds, and I actually gained some weight over the course of years, but most of it has been healthy, and most of it has been intentional. I found that at 170 pounds, I had to either maintain a really heavy output of effort of exercise, or I had to be excruciatingly strict with my diet and not eat very much at all. And I didn't like that. It wasn't super healthy for me. So I did a lot of research, started eating healthy, increased my weight, slow and steady over the course of a couple of years, to where I get to about 200 pounds where I'm comfortable. I might have a few to lose myself, though. So anyway, what's the key to maintenance? So consistency. There you go. Just be consistent. There is a mechanism in your brain. I forget what that mechanism is, but it gets very used to a weight you've been at for a long time. Okay? So let's say, again, I've been 205 pounds for the last 5 years. My body's comfortable getting or being at 205 pounds. So that means one of two things. It means either that if I gain weight, it's actually pretty easy for me to get back to that set point. If I lose weight, it's pretty easy for me to get back to that set point as well. Now, everything I've said up to this point is true. Matter is neither created nor destroyed, simply transferred from one form to another. But the mind can trick you a little bit. So what can happen is, if I am a little too light, by my mind standpoint, my body standpoint, it's going to make me think, hey, you're hungry, eat, or I put on weight. And if I get into my mind, hey, I've added an extra 5 pounds because I haven't been paying attention to my nutrition, it's usually pretty easy for me to get back to 205 pounds. So your brain will trick you, right? It's important to know that maintenance, to that point where your body is like, hey, this is where we're at now, it takes a few years. That can change for everybody, but I think on average 3 to 5 years for your body to be in homeostasis at that weight. So it's really important, especially in those beginning years, to be consistent with what you did to get there. Okay? So logging your nutrition. I know I beat a dead horse when I say log nutrition. Log your nutrition, and keep logging your nutrition. Now, if you get to a point where you're pretty good on your own and you want to give it a try, have at it. But then if you need it, if you start gaining, if you're not happy, then default to logging your nutrition right away. It's an easy thing to get back in the habit too. Keep your exercise varied and fun. I think that's important too. Certain things work really, really well, but if you're not enjoying it, then find something else, right? Um, and then just make sure that you're practicing good habits, drinking a lot of water, getting plenty of sleep, prioritizing yourself as far as exercise goes. But if you're consistent in all of those things, if you're logging your nutrition, maintenance becomes easier. So yeah, it's not the end of the road once you lose that weight. It's really the beginning point, right, of maintaining. Something else that can be really, really helpful is focusing or shifting focus from maybe losing weight to building muscle. Remember, every pound of muscle you have burns 50 calories at rest, so that's also something really important to keep in. And we find that protein especially is really important in building muscle. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Kelly. I know it's helped me, another one, and these are both, to me, at least a little bit of a related question. What do you do when you feel burnt out? Okay, Barb's been super consistent. Barb also comes into her only 5 a.m. session, and I know a little bit about Barb. Her life is very hectic. She's got a young son, very young, 3 years old, 4 years old, something like that. School's crazy right now with everything. Life's crazy. She works at the hospital. Life's crazy there. So what can you do to get burned out? Barb, you are somebody I am confident in that if you take a break, you'll get right back to it. A week for you isn't necessarily a bad thing to take off. Now, obviously, we're in the middle of a challenge, so maybe you don't want to do it now, but schedule a time where you just give your mind and your body some rest. Focusing on nutrition, though, right? Just because we're not exercising doesn't mean we don't focus on nutrition. I fall into that trap as I'm doing both or I'm doing none, right? I'm working out consistently and hard, and I'm eating well, or I'm not doing either. So just as long as you can separate, hey, I'm not exercising, but I also need to focus more on nutrition, I'm confident in you, and I know you're not going to fall off the face of the earth. We'll see you in a week if you make that commitment. Changing it up for burnout, that can work too. So if you're lifting weights 3 days a week and running 2 days a week, flip-flop it, or vice versa. Or find something new, find something fun. Make an active week where you're more outside, doing more physical things. Like, let's say if you're not the one who normally mows the lawn, mow the lawn. Things like that can go a long way. Just changing it up a little bit can go a long way. Or giving yourself a rest can go a long way too. It is hard though. Right now, especially, I think hard for everybody. So take a rest after the 6-week challenge, Barb. Maybe go see Jake. Maybe go for walks in the morning. But take a break. That's okay. And then you can come back and work out harder than ever. So yeah, really good questions. They are related because guess what? To get to that point where you're in maintenance, you're probably at some point going to get burned out. I know I've been there. So being proactive, being aware, and knowing that, hey, this might be around the corner, it's important. It's power. And Barb, too, I don't know everything you're doing. I'll go back to that. Maybe just do a little less for a little while. So if you're working out at the gym 4 or 5 days a week, go to 3, and then try to do something active that day on when you would normally exercise. So guys, hopefully that helped. We have one more week. Again, I'll be at the West Club Monday morning 6 a.m., South Club on Wednesday at 6 a.m. I'll be at the North Club Tuesday at 6 a.m. to facilitate weigh-ins. So good luck. And of course, use the space. You can comment, you can question. You don't have to wait for these questions and answers, though we will do one more. All right. Enjoy your weekend.